It's Kringle time. Sit back and relax as we dive into a world of laughter and learning with the Kringle Brothers, reminding us that we are better together.
Hey, welcome to Kringle Time, everyone.
Hello, everyone. How are you? How's everybody out there?
I'm one of your hosts, Michael, and this is the other Michael, or
Uh,
AKA Herbie. And,
or
and we're glad
Mr.
you're here.
Mr. Sunshine?
Oh, you're calling yourself Mr. Sunshine now?
I don't know. It just sounded different. It's been so sunny here. It's been so sunny here in Michigan. Don't you just love the sun?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I do. But all of the trees are turning, and I love fall.
You
Fall's
know
like
what?
one of my favorite times. I love all the colors.
Do you know what I just read today in the paper?
What?
That the Upper Peninsula has been voted number one destination this year for the changing of the leaves.
Oh.
So there could be a lot of traffic going against that Uper Bridge.
Well, and then you know what? It's so funny when holidays come where I live, because 131 goes straight up all the
Yep.
way, just almost tell the bridge kind of thing, right? And then you just make a small jag. And, it's like Friday, stay off the expressway.
Yep.
Sunday, stay off the southbound expressway.
Well,
It's like,
before well, now, yeah, when you live up here, even going to Frankenmuth or going to Midland, you got to all time it right because you got the hunters going up there, then you got the snowmobilers, then you got basically the tourists during the summer. It's
yeah,
crazy up there. That's why I
yeah.
said that would be the best place for a Bucky. So, Bucky people, if you're listening,
Listening, we need a Bucky's, like
on
right out the corner of
75.
131 and US 10, Crossroads, America. It's a great place.
There you go. So just remember that. Anyway, I did want to make a point out here. Oh, Wade's with us. Hi, Wade.
Oh,
But
awesome. And Bruce, another Michigan brother's with us.
yep, and Santa Sebastian Muno said, "Good evening, my friends. Tomorrow is Chile's Independence Day. And I don't mean Chile as in the food. I mean the country Chile."
Okay. All right.
So that's just crazy to think about it. That we get people from all over the world: Chile, Australia, Canada. I'm just glad people just like us and don't represent us with our country right now. But we're not going to get into that. This is not political.
I have no idea, but I'm just tucking my hair in a little bit. I've got my small fan going on because it's warm in my room.
Well,
Right?
you're just doing that because Jenny Kringle is like, the Mitten State Santa, your hair's blowing in the wind.
Yeah, that's
Reminds me
why
of
I'm like,
Fabio.
oh.
Say she wants you now. See, now you got to strike your Fabio pose. Well, that was when you're supposed to take your shirt off at that point in time.
Oh, no, 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 no. No, no. There's a lot of things I'll do, but I don't want to make anybody sick. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Oh, so Michael, what is our show about today?
Well, you know what? It's kind of like I'm coming to the I have to remind myself multiple times. It's kind of like a New Year's resolution things. In other words, if it was easy to do New Year's resolutions, everyone would set a goal and then they would all do them, right? But for
Mhm.
some reason in our humanness, you know, um, it's not easy. So, and I need reminders. So I came up with 10 rules for living, the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, let's not call them rules. Let's call them guidelines.
Parlays.
Parlays is a good one too. And you know what? This is
I
a good
love that
topic.
in Pirates of the Caribbean, when they go parlay, but there's nothing wrong with rules.
Well,
I
rules
like
always,
I like absolutes. I like things
but
black and white. I like to
you
know the truth. And if I
you
do
do
this, and here's the outcome to it.
you do like the structure that rules come. Where I'm more like, okay, these are my guidelines, and as long as I stay within these parameters, I'm good.
Well, it's like I look at guidelines as the same as rules. I mean, it's kind of like one of those, here it is, here's black and white. If, I'll use this as an example. If you drive 85 miles an hour down the expressway, the odds are, your odds are better that you're going to get a ticket than if
Well,
you
listen,
drive 75.
Well, let's knock on wood for those that have watched us when we do our car shows. We are doing 85
You do have a little bit of a lead foot at times. At times, not always.
at times. Yes, I do. But you know what? This is actually a really good topic. There's just been so much. I don't want to say, maybe hate's too strong of a word, but
Well,
there's been just so many things in the news. I'm to the point right now where I don't even want to watch the news anymore. It just
well,
makes me sad.
and it's true, and some of it has made me more focused on being Santa,
Right.
because it's almost as like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling more weight of the responsibility of knowing, at least in my mind, we would talk about goals and objectives, and my personal mission statement that I have for myself as Santa, as a Christmas performer. It's interchangeable. So if I use Santa, I'm meaning Christmas performer on a
Right.
larger scale. So I'll ask everyone to give me a little bit of grace that way. You know what I mean? So it's interchangeable to me, kind of like the rules and guidelines.
Right. Oh no,
So, but
I'm in total agreement with you. So okay, so if I were to ask you if you
yeah.
had a rule book for living a joyful life, what would be on the very first page?
Oh my gosh, if I had a rule for living a joyful life, um, I guess right now, I mean, they shift around in priorities, kind of thing. But I would say right now, show compassion.
Ask.
You know what I
Compassion
mean?
is an
Be
important one.
empathetical, understand everyone when you meet. And when I do this, sometimes, in fact, I shared this with a guy last night, that when we were at a meeting together, and he was struggling with some stuff. I said, when there's a dog in the corner, you can see that he's kind of sad or whatever. So you're reaching out to pet him, and he bites you. And so the tendency is that you get bit, that you're going to get mad at the dog and kick it or yell at it or whatever.
Right.
But in the midst of the bite, all of a sudden you realize that he's very hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it doesn't mean that the bite or the hurt diminishes, but all of a sudden, because that the dog's hurt, it doesn't make it right that he bit you. But what happens is you have more empathy and a little bit of mercy to the dog, going, oh, and it's like you understand the hurt, and then it changes the way you want to help. So I look at showing compassion in the same way. So if my anger and frustration comes up, I try to ask myself immediately, going, are they hurt? And then what could be the hurt? And then if I can address the hurt, or if I can help with the hurt, um, it's kind of like letting the water go off my back, instead of taking an offense to it and getting angry and then causing division even more. Yeah, compassion. So that's what I mean by that. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. And compassion is also, I think, something that we all have to embody as well, because we don't know the stories of the people that come and see us.
Yeah,
And if you assume or don't do anything with the compassion that's there, it's going to show in your performance. And
yeah,
again, the purpose of these rules is to live the Christmas spirit, not just during the Christmas holiday season, but really truthfully all year round.
yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why, whenever there's a tragedy, some of the radio stations start playing Christmas music, because they just want to remind people of a pure, good, wholesome time.
Yeah. Well, here, let me ask you one of the questions then.
Okay,
All
sure.
right. So, kindness is at the core of Christmas, right? Showing kindness. And there's a lot of other core values and things that are in there. But how do you keep kindness alive in you all year long?
Ooh, that's hard. Um, I guess, to be honest with you, is to be generous.
Hmm.
I think generosity and kindness kind of go hand in hand. Now, you don't have to give a monetary aspect of it. To share a story, to share, what I love the best is, when I say be generous, is your smile. Isn't it cool when you walk down a hallway, or you go into a building, or you meet somebody for the very first time, or even if you know somebody uh, in and out, you
Hmm.
smile and they smile back.
Yeah.
And it's like, Also, too, is one of the things that I found that is just amazing because the entire facial features of the individual changes. It's going through like a drive-through and looking at the person in the window and just say, you know what? Thank you. You're doing a great job and I really appreciate everything you do.
Yeah.
I'm not giving a physical token. I'm not giving a monetary aspect to anything. I'm just basically just acknowledging their existence. And I think by being generous with that, you will help the kindness and goodwill go just beyond gifts. Because again, just like with this show, all we're doing is paying it forward.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. To me,
Hmm.
it's a pay it forward thing. It's like remembering, taking some time, remember kindness or generosity or things that people have done for you, and then do something for somebody else.
Right.
Intentional kindness, um, not waiting till the spirit hits you, but literally making the choice, going, I'm going to do this. So, I'll encourage you to do this. Put an extra $10 in your pocket, and when you go someplace, do something for somebody. If you're going through McDonald's, you know, put $10 on the guy's meal behind you,
Hmm. Oh,
or I mean, that's happened to me, in the season, and then the teller goes, Santa, your meal's paid for. They just wanted to say, have a great day, Santa, because they saw,
right.
Santa,
But
kind of thing. And like, oh, that's so
but
nice.
but even too is, I mean, Santa Bob here says being a Salvation Army Santa, compassion and kindness is mandatory, and then
Yeah.
says being the light for other people make your light brighter. And Wade says it's like being greeted at Chick-fil-A.
I
Yeah,
don't go. I don't. We have
we don't
recent.
have a
We
Chick-fil-A
don't.
down here,
So
so
tell me how you have Chick-fil-A in your area. So what's
oh
what's greeting at Chick-fil-A like?
well, they're just so happy that you're there. They
Oh,
basically
okay.
appreciate the fact that you're giving them business, and they really, really do take it to a different level. Whereas if you go to like a McDonald's or a Taco Bell, you get the individuals there that are like, "Ah, really, I got to wait on you again."
Yeah.
And then of course Stacy saying, "Be generous with your words, compliments, share your talents, share your kindness. It makes the world a better place, and it
Yeah.
feels so wonderful. The world needs more joy, and it can
Yes.
start with you."
Good word, Stacy. You know
Oh my
what? All
goodness.
right. Next time I'm down in your area, you've got to take me to Chick-fil-A. That's where I
We'll
want to.
go to we'll go to Chick-fil-A next time you're down here in the area. I know about four of them right around me. So,
Oh, we. I just laugh. All right, go ahead. So a few of the other guidelines, rules that I had.
well, here's
Um,
another one though, Mike. Now, here, I got
right.
another question for you
Okay.
because I can play it. What do you think is the secret of staying joyful, even when things don't go as planned? For me, it's an ice cream cone.
Oh, really? I
I
love
love ice
mint
cream.
chocolate chip is my
Oh
favorite.
my goodness, it's great. But you know what though? I mean, again, this question is to you. What is
Right.
your secret for staying joyful?
It's counting my blessings. I mean, it's one of those, when I get depressed, and it just seems lately that's happened a lot. I just have to start reminding myself, making the choice of counting my blessings, and then going, you know what, you're blessed. How? You've got great friends. I've got you, and I've got, a lot of our listeners,
Hmm.
and things, and I mean, jobs, and my wife. Oh my gosh, Linda. I say that Linda is like my kite string. In other words, I feel like I'm a kite. I love to fly. I love being with people, and I love everything that I do. And but a kite doesn't fly unless it's grounded. And
Right.
there's, that string is that, and that's Linda. Linda allows me to fly, and so I just remind myself of all those blessings that I have, and then what happens is it converts it into joy for
Right.
me.
Well, like I tell
We
people, what's that?
Sorry, say your point, and then I'm gonna come
Oh
back
no,
to
well, you know,
one
go
more thing.
go with what you're going to say. I don't want to lose your thought.
No, I want to play the dad joke because Linda's. I want to share something about with Linda with the
Okay.
dad joke.
Well,
So
like I was just going to say is to stay joyful is to remember exactly what you're doing this for. And what I mean by that is this is not something to do for like money. I mean, this is like I've said this a number of times. To find the joy in an event, it really truthfully cannot be a job. This is a vocation. This is something that whether you're a Mrs. Claus, a Santa, or you're just delving into this world as an elf or a Whovillian or any of those aspects of it, is it's just you have to realize that you're bringing joy, you're bringing hopes, you're bringing dreams, you're bringing the magic to families from all over. Whether you
Yeah.
dress all the time like this or you basically don a designer beer, you are magic for them, and that's what just brings me the joy. It's a point of being able to share. Now, before you go into the book, before
Yeah.
you go into the video here, Gary Linder basically says, Michael, loved your book, hope I can get the
Oh,
right gig
thank
to share
you.
it with the children. Bubba also said he loves your book as well.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And it was and he also said being the light for others, make sure light brighter. I already said that as well too. So you know what, Michael? Why don't we go ahead and get into the Jad joke so you can see what Linda said after
Well,
that?
since we're talking about joy, all right.
All right.
I asked my wife to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a hug.
That's funny.
Well, this is what Ted. First of all, Ted, thank you. Right. So Ted sends this to me. I open up the email, right, and I'm playing the dad joke, and I start giggling. And Linda's walking by, and she goes, "Why are you giggling? Here, let me play it for you." Right. I play the dad joke that Ted sent me. She starts to laugh, and then gives me a hug, and then laughs harder. So that was
So what?
thank you, Ted. I got a hug from my wife, and I appreciate it.
That is a very good one here.
Oh
Oh
boy.
my goodness,
So
here.
I wanted to share that last week with you when it happened. I thought, no, don't wreck it. Just be patient, How be patient. And so I've been waiting to share that with you. I can't wait. That's been funny. So thank you again, Ted. And that just reminding you, if you have a dad joke, please send it to kringlebrothers2@gmail.com. Right. And we've got enough for our next couple shows, but I'm starting to gather them for next year. So if I didn't get a chance to play yours this year, I've moved them into the 26 pile. So I'll hopefully, knock on wood, I got everybody and I didn't forget anybody. I'm always worried about that. I don't want to,
So
So,
we
but
are
thank you
we are
everybody for sending us dad jokes.
we may be talking about having a one show just dedicated to dad jokes and puns.
Oh, a pun. Oh, that's a good idea.
That's fun. Anyway, before I forget, while I'm looking at these comments, Santa Bob said, bring 2 books tomorrow to Rico's.
Oh, all right. I will.
All right.
I'll
And
even
again,
bring
as
2 of them.
Charlie pointed out, make sure that you send it in landscape mode. So if you do send us a video of the dad joke, make sure that it is in landscape, not portrait,
Yep.
but landscape.
Thank you,
I,
Charlie, for the reminder.
I have to watch my hands because all of a sudden this camera has a mind of its own.
So a couple of the rules. I'll go down through and then we'll ask a couple more questions. So be generous. We talked about share kindness and goodness beyond just gifts. And it's Stacy's word, absolutely that. Another of the 10 guideline rules was be jolly and cheerful.
Yeah.
Always maintain a joyful and cheerful demeanor. It's like, and that's so true. When you go into some place and you work on it, and you present that. So that's a quality you've got to make it. And Santa is always a good reminder to go on what you should be like. And
Well, yeah,
so
I mean, we've talked in the past that there's been some performances, but I know personally me is there's been some performances, especially last year, where I knew I should not have been performing at all. I should not have been up on stage. I was sick, not COVID sick. Now, nothing that's going to jeopardize anybody, but I was sick.
yeah.
We all get that inkling in our heads here that once you go on and the spotlight's on you, the first child comes up, you immediately forget that you're sick and you just do what you need to do. And being jolly and cheerful is the same way
Hmm.
because we're not all going to be jolly and cheerful every single day.
No.
Happens. Life happens, you could have an instance where, maybe a child soils on your suit. You
Yeah.
get bit by a dog or
Yeah.
another exotic animal if you're doing pet pictures. You just have to remember you have to portray the character, and the
Yeah.
character has to be jolly and cheerful.
Yeah.
And again, if you do dress like this 24 hours, 365 days, then you know what? You have to maintain that same persona when you're out in public.
Yeah. Which goes perfect with number three on my list.
Yes?
Stay positive.
Hmm.
All right. Maintain hopeful and optimistic outlook during rough times. So
Exactly.
look at you giving an answer before I even heard
I
it.
know this is getting scary. I think somebody challenged me to actually be more smarter than I really should be.
Smarter than you should be. That would be that would be what are those books that like how-to books, like
The books for dummies?
yeah, we should write a Santa dummy
There
book.
you go. The Kringle Brothers, the book for dummies. How to
You
be
know
Santa.
how do they word those? Yeah, the book for stay positive, the Christmas performer book for dummies. Yeah, that's a hoot. All right,
Oh, well,
I gave
feeling
you
kind
the
of.
title. You can write the book.
Well, Ted, we hope you feeling better. I'm sorry that you're feeling kind of down,
Yeah, me
but you know
too.
what?
I
You're
was hoping.
loved, buddy. You're loved. So just remember that. Okay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
What's one rule you'd want children to follow as they grow into adults?
Oh, I would say it's my rule number 9 that's on my list.
Oh, I can't wait to see that one now.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
Inspire goodness,
Hmm.
encourage kindness and generosity in others, and so it's some of these are kind of overlapped a little bit.
A little bit,
I
yeah.
mean, but it's just one of those, um, I mean, do this with that church, kids at church. They'll come up to me, running up to me every Sunday. In fact, the pastor's wife even made a comment to me going, "I'm really sorry that they keep doing that." And I went, "No, no, 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 no. It's a gift to me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're exciting and want me to be a part of their lives. And so then I get chance to, so how are you doing? How's the start of school going? And then it's back to the, maybe it's the teacher in me or whatever. I go, now you are being kind and sharing with everyone, aren't you?
Hmm.
Well, I know, and then I'll even say, I know it's not easy all the time. It's what you do though with a mistake. That's the important part. I even make mistakes. Ask Mrs. Claus, And so they'll, so they're just, I love it, and I told her too that they're like, it's the advantage of not having any grandchildren. They're like, I feel like they're my grandkids, a
Right.
lot of times, so, but I inspiring them for goodness, that would be one of those, yeah, plant the truth to that into their spirits, and then believing that as they get older that they'll continue that, and that tree will grow and produce fruit.
See,
Yeah.
that's a good way how you described it. I guess for me is if what I try to enforce when a child comes up to me is to make sure that they can believe in themselves.
That's good too.
Just like every performer, every Claus family member that's with us this evening, it's to trust in your ability and to spread joy and make a difference. If more people actually believed in themselves and didn't have to depend upon labels given by others, we
Yeah.
would be so much happier. I mean, there would be less competition because what we're trying to do is just look, just be yourself and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
We're very fortunate here, is with all the traveling we've done and all the people that we met. We've met some really great people. Everybody has always given some type of positivity. And one of the things, really truthfully, that's really resonates with me is one thing that you said is a child. takes so much time to realize and evaluate a compliment versus only a few seconds to realize a
Oh yeah, you're remembering what I told you about that. Yeah.
exactly. And to be honest with you, that has struck me most. So I find myself a lot of times where, as a child is leaving, it's like, and especially too, is if somebody says, he's having problems with school, he fights with his brothers and sisters in his life. Well, you know what? I believe in you, and I know you can be better, and I believe and trust that you are going to be better. And always remember that Santa and Mrs. Clausen loves you so much.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you could just see a later step as they walk away in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and sometimes a lot of these lessons, and for myself, these rules and guidelines.
Mhm.
I mean, I've written down so that way I can look at them, I can
Right.
say them every day, I can rehearse them, and then I can remind myself. I guess I'm like an old hound dog, or kind of sit boo boo, sit boo boo, sit boo boo, sit boo boo, sit boo boo. Good dog. I need that repetitiveness constantly telling me, so that way I can go and hopefully I can get some of them right. You know what I mean? I just need reminders,
Well, you make a very good point what you just said as well too, or this is where my brain goes, and we all know that can be very weird in
Very
some
scary.
cases. Um,
Trust me, it can be scary. Yeah.
but these guidelines or rules that we're actually discussing, these are the ones that Michael and I, through our discussions and getting ready for the show, have come up with. But each one of you out there should come up with your own rules, your own guidelines. And it's kind of like what you mentioned before. These could be almost like your mission statement.
Yeah.
My Santa wants to make sure that to be inspirational, be a beacon of hope, foster joy, be generous, be kind. And these will actually help you remember the type of person that you. And again, ooh, that was loud. Uh,
Well,
but
and
it,
I love what Santa Doug said. Surround yourself with good people. In other words,
right,
if you're hanging out with someone that's not representing the guidelines, I'm not saying don't hang with them, but realize that you become kind of where you're at. You're a chameleon in one component. You blend into
right.
where you're at. It's very, very few people have the strength to change that. And so you need each other what is it? Iron sharpens iron to
Right.
encourage one another.
Well, it goes right back to the true belief of what Kringle Time is all about. We're better together. And
Yeah.
again, we say this quite often in the show is the main goal or the main purpose of this Kringle Time is to share with you things that have worked for us, share things that others have actually brought to our attention, and how it can actually be interpreted and maybe even help you or help you create something that is truly inspiring. Each of you. I mean, I'm looking at this list of the viewers that we have here, and Bubba Kloss wrote a book. There's a few other Santas who have joined us who are authors who have wrote a few children's book from being Santa.
Oh, and
And
Santa Doug is working on some stuff, and I've been able to read his. Phenomenal. I can't wait for that to be done.
well, again, it's a point of being believing in yourself and being inspirational.
You're
I
gonna
mean,
love the chicken story. Sorry, I'm visualizing since I got to read it. The chicken. Oh my! I hope he finds a really good illustrator, because that chicken in his story is awesome.
well, I can hardly wait to read that one. That should be a lot of fun. So let's see here. We have some other. Let's see what other questions to
You know
promote
what?
this
Before we
morning.
do that, let's
You want to
practice
do
a little bit
commercial
of
time?
gratitude for those contributing
Yes.
to the TNL network, and
Hmm.
let's say thanks to them.
Yeah.
Are you going crazy managing clients, contracts, and invoices? Kringle Tracker is here to help you. Stay organized with ease. Keep your sanity in check with Kringle Tracker's intuitive tools to effectively manage your schedule and clients. Our seamless, customizable contract system allows you to tailor your contracts to you and your clients' needs. Prepare for tax time like a pro by tracking your income and expenses and generate reports to make it a breeze. Transform your claws business by signing up for a free 20-day trial. Kringle Tracker was created by a claws for the claws community so you can focus on making magical memories for your clients. Head over to kringletracker.com and sign up for your free trial today.
We're back.
We're back.
Awesome.
Okay, you got quiet there.
Do you have a question?
Well, I was just thinking and going through there is, what is your opinion, and I'm your opinion, on being a good listener?
Oh, dude. You know what? This is one of those things I purposely work on. My wife is a phenomenal listener, right? She has so many people just calling her up, and my wife just sits there, and doesn't know how to say a word, just listens. Yep, and then responds a little bit or asks a short question, and then I see the advantage of being a listener and letting people share their heart. And my ADHD, I'm not making excuses, you know what I mean? In one component, maybe I am or whatever, but there's so many squirrels and there's so many things that happen around. Even though I'm still hearing, I know that the way I move my eyes and stuff, it doesn't come across as a good listener. And so I literally have to tell myself, all right, be a good listener, look at them, and then I'll lean in and I'll work on body motion, and then I try to leave all the squirrels all alone so I'm a good listener. And I know I fail at it. I know that I keep trying at it. And I want to be a good listener because I know it's important to hear people's story and where they're at and giving them a chance to voice. So if you've ever felt like I've not listened to you well, I apologize now. It's not my heart. I want to be a good listener. I really, really do. So for me, I have to really super focus in and make that choice and work through things that, like I would teach someone with autism. You've got to make a choice with this, if and this is what it looks like, and this is what it sounds like, and I have to really make that choice. So how about you?
Well, I think for me, as one of the things that I try to achieve is, I can always be a better listener. But I think it goes a step beyond just being a good listener. It's also being not only good, but an active listener. And what I mean by that is, it's focusing on the moment, putting all your attention on the person who you're speaking to or who's actually talking, because of the fact is, I don't want to be thinking, oh, what do I have to do, or what's my
Mhm.
grocery store list, or when I'm finally done with this.
Sorry,
Whoa!
your hand gesture. You've got your computer set up for the hand gestures. All right, go ahead. Sorry,
I'm
I
gonna
knew I
have to,
wasn't listening well, but that
but
Zoom
that is
was coming
awesome.
in.
It was cool. But that's kind of what I'm referring to, is being in the moment to capture the moment, because I think a lot of times people just feel that they're being glossed over. People are like, okay, they're, like you said, they're telling their stories, they're telling their wishes, they're basically explaining what they did, and instead of you actively listening, you're thinking, okay, this is my agenda, let me get my agenda in there.
Yeah.
Or your mind's going, okay, I need to get this and this and this done, and it's just a point of, you just, these rules or these aspirations are just so amazing, Michael, that it's a great list to to have.
Well, I know with kids, I literally, back to the one, I have to go in my mind cognitively and make these choices. I know one of the things that when a child comes up to me, I say this in my head: this is the most important visit you have today.
Right.
And so then I listen and I try to work in with that. And so then they leave, and the next kid comes up, next child walks up to me. This is the most important visit you're going to have today. I say that in my head so many times, so that way my body language will communicate it, and then my thought and my facial expressions will communicate it. So
But
I run that in my head when it comes to children.
but even like what Stacy said, listen to understand, not to respond.
Oh, that's good.
She knows it, but she always has to remind herself, especially with the children, maybe the only person who really listens to them. And then, of course, Sue Radloff is practicing her Kringles as she's watching the show.
Ooh, yeah.
Those who have attended the Christmas Performer Workshop, you know what Kringles are. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yes. Number 5 on my list.
Number 5. Well, we kind of talked about that. Believe in yourself.
But believe in yourself. I have to mentally, that's one of those, I have to go into test. All right. Trust your ability to spread joy and make a difference.
Exactly.
I can't say enough, especially now in this year, and where my way, at least where my heart is at, you know, everyone out there, you're going to make a difference this year.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to implement, and not only in children, but in adults and the child and all of us, you're going to make a difference. You have the opportunity to sow so many seeds of love and joy and kindness. You're going to do great. I believe in
Amazing.
you. So believe in yourself too. Let's believe in each other. Yeah.
But what's funny with this too is, I don't know how you feel about it, but have you ever done an event and you're talking to the children, you're telling them stories, you're reading a story, and you're just having such a wonderful interaction, and you glance up and you just see that same childlike face in the adults? Because again, as I said before, is we forget as adults to play and to remember what it's like to be a child again. It's the most amazing thing. And if you believe in yourself, you can bring that joy. You can bring that feeling to them as well.
Yeah. 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 It's reciprocal, isn't it? It comes back and forth.
Mhm.
It's one of those reaping and sowing. If you want corn, you plant corn seeds,
Right.
right? You can't plant an avocado seed and expect corn.
It would be
It
some
doesn't,
weird
it doesn't
looking.
work that way. That's back to truth, right? God, here's the
Mhm.
law. Here's the law of reaping and sowing. Plant what you would love to give. Now, it doesn't mean you do it once and you're going to get a harvest. Sometimes there's some weeding and some sunshine and some rain that has to come to get the harvest. So, but be patient, learn from the farmers. The harvest is coming. We just have to keep
Right.
tending it.
See, the next one on this list that I really love, and I love this not only as it pertains to you, but also to our lovely wives, and that's to be inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't really think of yourself as being inspirational as you're sitting in a chair and you're talking to the children, or you're sitting on a photographer's set interacting with a family member. You don't really think of yourself as being inspirational, but I've had people come up to me afterwards and says, "Oh my gosh, you've changed the entire perspective of my children and my family." And it's just an amazing feel, especially when you get those comments like, "I think you just extended the belief cycle for my children by one more year."
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
And that's just an amazing feeling. I mean, if I could do that at least once or twice a season, I would say it was a successful season.
Yeah.
But it's not just from our clients or the families. It's, again, each one of you that's listening with us right now. Each of you are so inspirational to me. I see everything that you guys do, whether you post it on Facebook, or I'm very fortunate to meet you at one of our gatherings or at a school. You all are awesome, and you just have to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I am awesome.
Yeah, I would agree with that one, big
Mm-hmm.
time.
Uh
Now, it's Christmas fact time, right?
Christmas facts.
I thought I'd do the Christmas fact before we do our trivia for the evening because they kind of go together.
Okay, so what's our Christmas fact?
Well, I've been picking, different states and different countries.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden I thought I should pick Michigan.
It would be good since you live there.
And so you do the Google search and you find different things on Michigan and like, oh yeah, that's right, it's back to reminding yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
Michigan is known for being a top Christmas tree producer.
Really?
A lot of Christmas trees come from Michigan. And also we have a unique town up in the UP or the Oopers, right? Called Christmas. There's a town called Christmas in the Upper Peninsula. We're also the home to the world's largest Christmas store in Michigan, Bronner's, the world's largest wonderland in Frankenmuth. Our facts include the state favorite tradition of ugly Christmas sweaters. Michigan was known as they love their ugly Christmas sweater state.
I've
And
seen
I
some
didn't know that
doozy
was
Chris
on.
ones.
Well, I've seen a lot, and we have a lot of parties, in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Even and as Santa, it's fun to go to some of these homes, and it's an ugly sweater party. Oh, it's really fun to go to an ugly sweater party. And then here's a unique one, the record high temperature on Christmas Day in 1982 in Flint, Michigan was 65 degrees.
That's amazing.
65 degrees. It's
So
like right now it's 74. We're talking pretty close to what you're feeling like right now.
now,
But
not just
Chris-
in Michigan.
in the Christmas day.
Now,
It's
not
just
just
not right.
not just in Michigan, but where have you been? That's been the warmest on Christmas Day.
Oh, my daughter lived in Arizona.
Okay.
In the Mesa area. And so we went down there one Christmas. She doesn't live there now. They live in Kentucky now. But that was a hot Christmas.
See, for me, I was living in Virginia Beach, and I think it was like 83 degrees. We were actually at the beach swimming on Christmas Day.
Wow.
So,
All right.
but it's
So
just amazing. Are
let's
we going to
do
go
our-
right into trivia now?
Yeah, let's do trivia because it's yeah, you'll see.
Okay, well, I can see now, so we'll do.
Santa's Closet has been committed to providing unique, high-quality accessories for Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the entire Claus community. Our mission is to deliver exceptional customer service and outstanding value, offering competitive pricing and a wide selection of products designed to enrich the Claus experience.
Now, before we get you had to see
Closet.org.
closet.org, but from closet.org, Wade responded to my question to you. And
Okay.
he's got us all beat. He said Iraq.
Oh yeah.
Wade, thank you for your service
Thank
that you've
you.
done for your country, and to all our other brothers and sisters that are actually served in the Air Force and any of the armed services. Thank you for your service. Your country owes you a debt of gratitude. Thank you so much. Now, on to the trivia. As you all know,
The rules, Michael.
we do have the rules. If you've won within the last 65 days, unfortunately, you are not eligible to be a winner at this
I'm out.
time. And also, we cannot ship overseas to places like Canada, Australia, Chile, unless, of course, you have a local address or a means to have someone else receive it and then send it to you.
Yep.
And just like that, we now have our question.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I
have a feeling this one might go quick.
Well, yeah, especially for some of our guests. Okay, go ahead.
All right. And then once it's done, we'll give it a little background with it. So who wrote and illustrated, both of them wrote and illustrated the Polar Express? It's a Michigan story.
It is a
I
Michigan
say it's a
story.
Michigan story because the author, we have a train in Michigan that the author used that was inspirational into his story, the Polar Express. So who wrote? Ooh, I'm waiting.
I
Oh,
know. I am too. Oh, well, no, that was me. Uh,
oh, did Charlie ask if he was in a timeout and you said no?
yes. Yeah.
He's going to answer that one then.
I know he is.
Jerry Santa Claus. That's a good guess, Jerry. Sorry.
Well, you know what? Okay, we did have a part of an answer, but we do have an answer,
All right.
and that's Pat Wesson.
Nice. That's
And
correct.
making sure that he actually, yep, he fits into that one. Yes, the Polar Express was illustrated and written by Chris Van Ellsberg, and of course, we all know what the engine number was, don't we? That's right. It's 1225. I was hoping somebody else was going to type for me, but
And what was the I'm trying not Gaylord. It wasn't in Gaylord. Where's
Owasso.
Owasso. That's
Owasso.
right. Owasso. And I've had a chance to ride that a couple times.
So did I. And it always ends up getting stuck.
Always stuck.
Well, we always end up having to wait for others, and it always puts us behind schedule. But the hot cocoa is amazing.
Oh yeah, there we go. The 1225.
So we did have our answers. Thank you, everybody, for playing.
Now
My God,
remember
who was
was
right?
it Pat that won? If you would send your first name and last name and your shirt size and your address, because sometimes Wade and Scarlett they give out t-shirts, which is awesome. If you'll send all that information to us, if you would, at Kringle Brothers 2 at gmail.com, we'll forward that to Wade with Santa's Closet, which is a great place online to check out for all your Santa accessories and giveaways and those types of things. And then they'll also be at Charles W. Howard. So if you're going to be in Michigan at Charles W. Howard at the Santa Expo, but they're going to be in,
Spring Hill Suites.
Spring Hill Suites, yes.
Right, which is right not too far from the Holiday Inn.
And I think isn't that on Wackawee?
No, I don't think it's on a Wackawee. It's over by the
I
mall.
make fun of it because I can't say it very well.
Because you sound like Elmer Fudd.
Wackawee.
Wackawee.
Wackawee. Yeah. So if Pat, you'll send us that to kringlebrothers2.com. We'd appreciate it. Also, too, just as we'd appreciate it if you like and share and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then any of the shows, they're always there, so you can go back and watch them later. And that would be absolutely wonderful.
Yes, it would be. And this way you'll be able to keep up to date when we do have new shows coming out or different events that are coming out. Plus, when Michael and I do travel with Charlie, yeah, we actually have a blast because we go on YouTube Live and you'll get those notifications as well.
Yeah.
So, Mike, why don't we go ahead and let's go over your rules to live by for Christmas performers.
Yep,
We can keep up their Christmas spirit, kind of recap everything right now.
All right. So number one, be generous, share kindness and goodness beyond just gifts. I'll do the odds. You want to do the evens?
I will. The number 2 is be jolly and cheerful. Always maintain a joyful and kind demeanor.
Number 3, stay positive.
Unknown caller.
Maintain a hopeful and an optimistic outlook, even during tough times.
Number 4, show compassion. Be empathetic and understanding to everyone you meet.
Number 5, believe in yourself. Trust your abilities to spread joy and make a difference.
And always be inspirational. Share warmth and affection freely with others.
Number 7, be a beacon of hope. Provide comfort and encouragement to those in need.
And of course, number 8, foster joy. Create happiness and laughter in every situation.
Number 9, inspire goodness. Encourage kindness and generosity in others.
And finally, number 10, be a good listener. Pay attention to the children and the adults too, to their stories and their wishes.
Awesome. So everyone who's on tonight, is there something that we've missed on that list that we should add? We've got a couple moments, if you want to throw that in there, well, we would be more than happy to share it with everybody.
Well, a lot of people, what they're talking about right now is, did you realize that Charles Howard is roughly what, 3 weeks away, 3.5 weeks away?
Yeah, that's why I was working on our lecture today.
Yes, for all those attending, the Kringle Brothers will be actually teaching at least one session up there. But you know what? We'll also be venturing around the Michigan Santa Expo, which will be a lot of fun.
And we get to work for Charlie, and we'll be bus captains.
And we'll be bus captains too. And we do a lot of fun stuff on the bus. We get some good conversations and we just have a good time. So if you haven't signed up yet, I think there's still time. Is there still time?
Jerry, always keep learning. Yeah, that's a
That
good rule to go by
that
too.
is a good one, Jerry. I do like that rule as well. And you know what?
All right,
Also,
we'll add 11 rules. 11 to the list. That's a good one.
11. I even another one too is, I mean, it's right now it's a very good time. You have about a good 6 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks before the season actually gets started. You still have time to work on a story, to
Yep.
work on a prop. I mean, just don't stop and rest on your laurels, because you know what? Your audience changes every year, and every year you can find something new. Again, remember rule number 6: be inspirational.
Ooh, and
Believe in believe in yourself. And Ken, that's a good one too.
yeah,
Give
give
back.
back. Yeah. Good word.
Thank you, Chris. Be silly once in a while. I guess that covers me. I'm good. I pretty much got that for
Yeah,
all of
I
us.
guess we didn't put that on our list because that's such a natural comment. It's like, I'm just like, "Oh, relax. Yeah. All right. Yes, Chris, I believe in that. Yeah, that's good.
Oh, Roly Toly says the best bus captains are the Kringle brothers. Lots of great stories and banter.
Yes, we do
And
enjoy doing that.
and yes, Santa Bob, practice, practice, and practice some more.
Yes. Well, Michael, there's some thanks that we should give. You
Well,
want
we
you want to before
well,
we leave, you want to give our thanks?
oh, we sure will. I'll start it. We'd like to first thank the TNL Production Network, Bob, Scott, Spangle, and Angela, as well as all the other hosts of all the different shows we have out there. Santa Mel, um,
On Thursdays, and
on
Mike
And
Phineas,
Phineas,
and Bob on
um,
Mondays, and then
and
Tuesday
then
Night Live crew. You know,
what is it? We have Mrs. Claus Vintage,
yep. And then
Sean there
the
too.
opposites
Yeah,
are
six
good.
as well. And then again, in the future, we're going to have a new show on the TNL network, and that's going to be what, the Claus couples
The Claus couples, yeah, with Santa Doug
and
and
Santa
Jenny
and
Kringle and
Jenny
Chris
Kring.
and Kimmy.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's going to be a great show, and I don't know exactly what day, but tune in on Tuesday to find that out. But we'd also like to thank our contributors: Larry Talbert, Santa Roger Minton of Kringle Tracker, Wade and Scarlett of Santa's Closet, and of course, a big thank you to our lovely wives, Linda
Linda and
and Stacy.
Stacy,
Thank
big
you for
time.
thank you for putting up with us, even though you've been said numerous times that we're only 5. And also, I can't forget another important group as well, and that's to each one of you.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you so much for tagging along, being part of this, and you know what? Just
Listening
thank
and
you.
sharing. Yeah, and we appreciate your
Exactly.
encouragement. Yeah, very much so.
And
Oh,
so,
also
okay,
too, let's make this comment. If and they might not know this, just sorry, this is the back to the squirrel, right?
well,
And Sue kind of, I saw Sue's post, and it just dawned on me after Charles W. Howard on Sunday, right? The reindeer farm in Clare, Rooftop Landings, opens their door up exclusive to the Christmas performers, to Santas and everything. So bring your suits with you to Charles W. Howard. You don't need your suit for school, but on Sunday, from 10 to 2, I believe it is. The reindeer farm is open, no charge, no cover.
Mhm.
They open it up to Christmas performers. You can bring your suit, put it on, get pictures with reindeer, and it's an awesome visit around to get to take a look at that. And then they always share about reindeer and facts and that type of stuff too. So, and it's no charge, so mark your calendars. Don't get your ticket to fly out right away, but comes for that Sunday, late morning, early afternoon kind of thing, and plan just a little bit longer before you come on. Now I'm hoping Bob Smith is coming, from the East Coast. I'm
That would
hoping
be fun.
I'm hoping that he'll be able to make it.
Thank you, Charlie, for putting the address in for rooftop landing into the chat. What was I going to say? Oh,
Sorry, my squirrel
no,
moment.
that's okay. No, that's a good one because you made me start thinking. If you aren't attending Charles W. Howard for the school, but you are in the local area or you're coming up, remember that the Michigan Santa Expo is not affiliated with Charles W. Howard. That's being held at the Holiday
Separate.
Inn
Mhm.
there in Midland, and you can attend that. I don't believe there's a cover or a cost to get in.
Nope.
So you can come on up, spend some time in the hotel, get to meet other of the Claus family
Go
members,
to Bronner's.
go to Bronner's, have a wonderful chicken dinner there at the Bavarian Inn or Zender's. But again,
And see
this is
over 300 Santas and Mrs. Clauses and elf performers.
exactly. And if you're really lucky, you too can actually be part of something wonderful and magical.
And we're going to have our Wednesday show there at the booth with Scarlett and Wade, the Santa Closet booth. We're going to
Mhm.
do Wednesday from their booth.
Yep.
So if you're in there, please come to the hotel and be a part of the live show.
Exactly. So there's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see each and every one of you. And with that, Michael,
Awesome. So with that, I like it. I lost my place in my notes. All right, and I should know this. So until we meet again, may your days be jolly, your hearts be light, and your kindness always shine bright.
and may the spirit of Christmas live in you every day of the year. Remember to be good, spread joy, and always believe.
Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas
to all, and
and
to all a good
good night.
night. After party.
Bubba posted something in the chat here that's really great. For all of those who don't know, Bubba Claus Purcell wrote a book, Making of Santa, as you could pick on Amazon. You could pick it up on Amazon. But all the money that goes for the sale of those books will help his son, Ty, who, how old is Ty?
Ty's middle school.
So
I
about
want to say
12.
eighth grade, or is it seventh grade? Seventh or eighth grade, one of the two.
Anyway, all the proceeds from the book sales is going to help Ty end up going to Charles W. Howard next year.
Oh, that's awesome. I know I
So
got us
that,
copies the other day. I'm just so
oh
glad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I've read it. I love it. I can't wait to see all these other. Oh, he's 12 years old. Thank you, Bubba. So yeah, this was a fun show, Michael. This was a good topic, and I think it was something that needs to be discussed. I think we all need to realize that we do a lot more than just sit in a chair or take pictures.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. We're influencers. We really are.
and it did. And
Not just I'm not, and talking about the whole community.
yeah,
I'm not talking about just you or me.
right.
all of us together. Santa, when you're out and about and you're there, how many times is they, Santa, can I get a picture with you? I mean, so we're constantly interacting with people, which means there's constantly opportunities to spread all of that joy and cheer and generosity and encouragement. And
And
yeah,
again, I think if I'm not up there trying to provide that magic for a family, if I can share and maybe help one of our claws community individuals, then you know what? It just makes my day.
yeah.
It just makes me so happy. And again, for those that see us, please don't ever think you can't approach us. I would much rather you come up and smack me upside the head
That's right. Do
than
my
to
warm
basic
blanket.
then basically say, no, I'm not I can't go and talk to them. You know what? Michael and I would be nothing without all of you. So
All right. Blessings, everybody.
bye bye everyone.
All right.